Welcome to the Neckbeard Experience. This is your host, Dallas. We have a face full of stories today. 2 stories from Reddit and 2 great stories from subscribers. Well, we've got a mouthful, so let's get started. Story number 1, Andrew, the College Beard, and the Fellowship of the Beard. Greetings and salutations. I am currently on holiday from university, and I have like 2 months to do nothing, so I'm a little bored. Talking about Andrew is a good way to pass the time though, so here's the next story in the series. Here's the cast. Me, Festus. I'm 20 years old, 6'3", 190 pounds with an athletic build. I have a major crush on Lady K. Lady K, the object of the Beard's affection and mine. She's 19, sporty, athletic. We've been best friends since I was 10 years old. Mr. A, he's my best friend. We're the same age. I've known him since I was 11 years old, and he's a huge muscular guy. Andrew, or Mr. Dorito, he's 20 years old, extremely arrogant, seriously obese, and all-around white knight. Here's new character hype. Cupcake. This is Lady K's friend, and mine too. I've known her since I was 13. She's slightly chubby, but not bad looking. She's a bit of a social justice warrior, but generally a nice person. Andrew has laid low for the past few days, going to introduction lectures and trying not to screw up too massively. Mostly successful with this for a while, but then, one day, he messed up. It was a beautiful Wednesday morning. The birds were singing, students were dragging themselves toward the dining hall, just like a band of acne-ridden zombies. Mostly we ate cereal and toast, but occasionally there would be some hero that would cook some eggs and bacon, or something like that, and the zombies would form their pack and barrel towards the serving tables. This Wednesday was such a day, a slightly warmer than usual autumn morning, worthy of glorious fried bacon. Andrew was first in line, having put on a sprint that I wouldn't have thought he was capable of. He piled up his plate, rasher upon rashers, fat upon fat, nearly taking a third of all the precious available bacon. I watched in amusement as he gets yelled at by half of the university. Sitting next to Lady K, as we ate our cereal in peace, it was not to be, however, as with a great thunk of flesh on wood, Andrew plops down next to Lady K, and he begins to ram forkfuls of bacon into his rank-smelling maw. Lady K looks slightly green, as his outward bulges make contact with her side and arm. Noticing her predicament, I subtly scooched up to the bench, allowing her some breathing room. Andrew, however, like a cloud of gas, will expand to fill any container that he's in. Andrew, having finished his gargantuan plate of bacon, speaks, spraying us and half the room with the partially chewed flakes of bacon.
Hey, Lady K, do you want to go see a film with me? Sinister came out recently. We can just go on our own.
That's really kind of you to offer, but you see, Festus has already taken me to see that movie, and I wanted to go with him. I wasn't actually. It's a crap movie. Now, this would have been my dream to come true if it was under different circumstances, as I was really crushing on her. But as it is, I rolled with it to see where it went. Yeah, mate, sorry. I didn't know that you wanted to take her, I said. Now I wanted to see how far I could push it. So I said, yeah, we've been dating for a while now. I nudged Lady K's arm to let her know that it was a joke. As it was, she was bright red and looked down at the table. So what did our master of social interaction do next? He took to Facebook and posted a bunch of edgy memes about pushing nice guys over the edge and making them snap, or how women only go for a-holes, and how nice guys are left in the friend zone. Now in the comments of these memes, he always would link our Facebook profiles, and we got a bunch of hate mail from his neckbeard friends. How he found us and why we accepted his request, I'll never know. No joke. On my wall was like 50 different aggressive comments, all of which were deleted by me, so that my mom didn't see. She does check up on me from time to time. Introducing Cupcake, who goes on to every one of the Neckbeards accounts and posts stuff about respecting boundaries and about bullying. She gets really upset about the comments, so we make a group chat and we talk about everything, explaining that no, we are not dating. I have not raped Lady K, never will, and obviously, don't tell the parents, they'll lose it. I discovered a few odd tendencies of his, like he would go on huge Facebook rants, presumably drunk, then make some advances or stalkerish comments on Lady K's really old photos before posting some passive-aggressive memes about nice guys. So, I have demonstrated how twisted he is and how he creeps out everyone that he meets, and for some who never met him, such as Cupcake. Next, we'll talk about Andrew and his thoughts on atheism and the topic of sex and marriage, so that should be fun. Story number 2. Beard and how to pick up my ladies. Hello, your pale primate here to present you with a rousing tale of neckbeard antics. With that aside, it's time for the bearded neck debacles. This is a story about a man I call D. This may be lengthy, but I wanted to share all the details about his ill-fated adventures as best as I possibly could. So I hope it's worth it. Let me explain D the best I can. None of you will ever truly appreciate the spectacle that he was, but I will try my best to paint a vivid picture. D, like Trollbeard, did not have a beard. But as we learned in our last story, it's not the beard on the neck, it's the beard on the inside that matters. D was a person of darker complexion. Pretty fit too, actually. No offensive or outdated vestments of any sort. Certainly no fedora. It wasn't about how he looked, but more about how he acted. You see, D would do some weird crap. Like, he would walk extremely fast, he would probably walk faster than I jog, and he wouldn't swing his arms when he walked. It looked as though he was gliding everywhere he went. I want you to try to walk as fast as humanly possible without swinging your arms. Go ahead, I'll wait. See, it feels weird, doesn't it? It wasn't just his walk either. He was so socially inept that it hurt. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. It was horrible to behold. But you just couldn't look away. D would do his walk run up to girls, awkwardly ask them if he could touch their boobs, and when they would understandably refuse, he would call them a hoe, and then run walk away. He would also post annoying statuses on his Facebook every single hour. Just your typical vague crap like, today sucks, or Friday. He also posts some really cringy motivational videos that last well into an hour, and he just talks about nothing at all. Mostly Dr. Phil-like crap. If you want to change your life, you gotta make changes in your life. Nobody watches his videos, except for those who want to laugh at him, but he still posts them nonetheless, like he has a really big following. No one cared. He would also post the typical nice guy post like, I can't stand it when women complain about not having a good man. Some women wonder where all the good men are. They friend-zone them all. Or, the most attractive thing to me about a woman knows her place in the kitchen, cooking me meals and cleaning up after me. Yes, these are real, and there are so many more like them. D was in a band, and he wasn't exactly popular because of the obvious reasons. He was like a hawk when it comes to girls though, and he would try to prey on the poor color guard freshmen. I was dating a really cute girl at the time, let's call her Z. Z was also in a band. She would be a victim of everyone's friendly neighborhood neckbeard. One day, me and Z was in the band room just talking. We had practice later that day, so it was after school and we were just waiting for practice to start. I get up and go to the restroom. I come back and lo and behold, I see a sight that fills me with rage. It was D talking with Z. I knew his game. I knew exactly what he was doing, so I sneaked over there up behind him so I could listen to what he had to say. Hey Z, you wanna go out with me? No D, you know that I'm dating this guy. So? I know I could treat you better than him. He's a jerk, and I know he doesn't treat you good. He's not like me. I'm really happy with him actually, and I would appreciate it if you didn't knock my boyfriend like that. Wait for it, dear reader. Here it comes. See, you deserve so much more. I could treat you so right, and I could please you every single night. You could please me while I watch One Piece, and you could make me breakfast in the morning. I had enough. I couldn't let this go on any longer. What's your problem, D? D takes a look at me and runs away. Z gives me a look of relief mixed with frustration. She couldn't believe that someone could be so foul and neckbeardy. These events took place my sophomore year of high school. Fast forward a bit of my senior year, Z and I split up just to be friends, but it was emotional for the both of us. However, the night that she set her Facebook status to single, who comments on it? It was D. Oh, and what did he have to say? Hey, now that you're single, you want to go out with me? How can anyone be that inept? Fast forward to present time. D joined the Navy, but he got caught trying to date a 12-year-old girl, and he's 26. I'm not sure if he was dishonorably discharged for that, but I'm sure that's grounds for it. He was so-called in love. Not sure what happened after that, to be honest. He would still post his crappy motivational videos in the barracks. Nobody really cared either. He never grew out of his neck-bearded weirdness. Story number 3. Flirtbeard and the Platonic Bomb. First things first, here's a description so that you can visualize it by introducing the characters. There's me, the so-called milady. I'm 5'3", 5'4", attractive white female, with blue eyes and short brown hair, about collarbone length. Flirtbeard, a very, very skinny 5 foot 7 inches tall white male, with greasy blonde hair, which was actually tied into a ponytail, and pepperoni pizza looking acne. He was a huge weeb, and always wore some kind of anime waifu shirt. About a year ago, this guy and we met thanks to a friend of mine, started talking. Everything was going great, and we talked pretty much every day. I really did enjoy talking to him, but I told him right off the bat that I was not looking for a relationship, because at that time, I was in love with one of my classmates. Now, he was smart and very funny, and I thought nothing more of him but a friend, until he confessed.
I have feelings for you, and no one can respect you like I can, my lady.
And the like. Yeah, you get the point. I told him that I wasn't interested, but he didn't take that very well. He went on to threaten me, saying,
I will kill myself if you don't go on a date to McDonald's with me.
How romantic, right? To which I, of course, obliged because 1, I felt guilty, and 2, I didn't want anyone to get hurt because of me. Okay, let's get this straight. I used to be very innocent and naive back then. I didn't know about people like him, and I thought he was being serious. I tried to stay on his good side, and I talked to him every day so he wouldn't do something that he might regret. Some time had passed after his incident, or whatever you call it, and he starts flirting with me. Did you just flirt with me?
I sure did, my lady.
He said this while he was wiping his sweaty hands on his dirty Cheeto-stained shirt. What the heck? Okay, I guess.
No man can resist your charm and good looks, so I had to. I hope you don't mind, but I can't help myself.
Actually, I do mind. It makes me feel uncomfortable, but oh well, you do you, I suppose.
So I have your permission to keep flirting with you?
I guess. Just don't overdo it, and don't expect me to flirt back. You know I have a crush on somebody else. That being said, I truly hoped that he would get the hint that I was not interested, since this wasn't the first time that I mentioned a crush that I had on a certain boy. He absolutely did not get the hint. A few hours later, my best friend sent me a message asking me what the heck I was doing. Of course, I was confused, and I didn't know what she was talking about, until she told me what Flirtbeard said. He said,
So, my lady and I are now officially dating. She's so cute. She has told me how much she loves me, and I can't be happier. I knew we were meant to be from the first moment I saw her.
Or some BS like that. Can't remember. Right after that, I confronted Flirtbeard about this, and I asked him what his problem was.
What are you talking about? I've never said such things. You should get rid of this friend of yours, though. She isn't a good influence, spreading rumors about me and you like that. Huh, pathetic. But I have to say, my lady, I wouldn't mind to have a cute girlfriend just like you by my side.
This was my limit. I told him, to put it politely, to go eat a certain part of the male anatomy, and I blocked him on Facebook. Yet, he kept messaging me on social medias, threatening to kill himself because of me. He even sent me pictures of his self-harm wounds. This sent me into a deep state of depression and guilt, which my crush noticed. He asked me what was wrong. I told him everything. He immediately messaged Flirtbeard and told him to never message me again. I didn't hear from him for a few months, until some old internet friends of mine, with which Flirtbeard was friends with as well, started bombarding me with messages, asking me what happened between me and Flirtbeard, because he apparently told them his version of the story, which went as followed.
She led me on. She agreed to be in a relationship with me. She mentally abused me and sent me into a state of depression. She cheated on me with this guy at school.
Of course, I told them that he wasn't right in the head, and that this wasn't true. I even showed them the screenshots of our conversation, and they proceeded to block him. This manipulative jerk is obviously not right in the head. I have not yet received another message from him, for which I am very grateful for, and I haven't seen him in town since as well. I sincerely hope that he gets the help he needs. Story number 4. Clingy Beard, the persistent follower. There's a guy that I've known for 6 years. He's definitely a neckbeard, and I have many stories of him. I like to call him Grease, and there's a reason why. Here's a description. He had shoulder-length greasy hair, very greasy, smells like a mix of BO and actual grease, and he's usually wearing a My Little Pony shirt or a grungy band shirt. In college, there was a group of about 20 to 30 of us who would hang out on a large balcony. We would play Magic the Gathering, D&D, Risk, and etc., and we would also eat lunch. I made a lot of friends there, but unfortunately, Grease is also there, so I'm his friend by osmosis. He is not that interested in me at first, but my boyfriend at the time was also into My Little Pony, but not obsessive like Grease. So, I end up watching a couple of episodes. It's an okay kids program, but not really my thing. My boyfriend is talking to a group of friends about My Little Pony, and then Grease asked him, "Does your girlfriend watch My Little Pony?" At that point, Grease decided to become obsessed with me. Grease also liked another girl. I'll refer to her as Blonde. She was single at the time, and was an easier target, as I was in a relationship. He started walking with her and me down to the bus station. It was a 15-minute walk. Me and Blonde would usually chat and ignore Grease, but he would watch us the entire time. One day I was picked up by my mom, which left Blonde walking down to the bus station by herself. Grease was breathing down the back of her neck, literally. She was not happy, and she was pretty freaked out by Grease. She called me once she was on the bus, and we talked about how creepy and pervy Grease was. From then on, I made sure that if either of us was going to the bus station alone with Grease, that we would ask another friend to come with us. After a couple of months, he decides he's going to add me on Facebook. I do not want to be his Facebook friend, so I declined the request. Long story short, he keeps requesting to be my friend. I keep denying him, but eventually he asked me in person as to why I'm not his Facebook friend. So eventually, to stop him from constantly complaining at me, I accept his request, but I put him in acquaintances, and I make sure that I can't see his constant My Little Pony porn posts and etc. He proceeds to like every single picture on my profile, and comment on them, even the ones from when I was 13 years old. He would Facebook message me about whether I liked the current My Little Pony episode, but I would ignore his message. Eventually, he just sets on my Facebook, happily thinking that I carries there. But now I can ignore him without getting constantly harassed by his friend request. Recently, I got engaged to my boyfriend, and I posted on Facebook. All of my friends put a love reaction, or a happy reaction, but Grease puts a sad reaction. Me, being curious, I message him to ask him why he is sad about me getting engaged, and he replies, "I'm lonely." I reply that has nothing to do with my engagement, and it's not my fault. Then he starts to complain, saying, "Your fiance's not good enough for you. I don't understand why everybody's so happy for you." Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed those stories, please give me a thumbs up, and subscribe for more if you're not already. I want to give a special thanks to the subscribers who submitted their stories. I thought they were great. And also I want to give a thanks to the wonderful authors at Reddit. And I also like to mention, I got a compilation coming up. I've got all the stories together for Third Wheel Beard, or Date Beard. The last 2 stories, I'm going to go ahead and just put it in the compilation. If you don't want to hear the whole thing right off the bat, but you just want to hear the new stuff, I'll have timestamps for each story. I'll probably go back and do that with the other ones too, in time. I also wanted to mention that I've got a really funny art project set up. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to post it on Facebook and Twitter, so keep an eye on that if you want to see it. I might include the artwork in a video too, so thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.